Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is up? What is up? Just the Bet Slip Nation. It is your boys, Poolside Monday Night Football, Pat and Rob, the Professor of Parlay. Monday Night Madness is upon us. We are here. It is December the 15th. A little bit less than halfway through the month. Can't believe it. We're almost to a new year. We've been doing this show for well over a year now. It's pretty it's time to, like, I don't know, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Time to reflect on our year that was. We've had good months, we've had great months, we've had really bad months. But through it all, we've had fun. We've had ups, downs, in betweens, and we've just had fun, and we've grown as friends and as gambling buddies, to say the least, throughout this year. But we do have a little bit of time. I know you probably need to get going a little quicker. But before we do hop into everything, I did just want to ask how your day was yesterday, gambling-wise. What'd you hit? What'd you miss? Any close calls?
On the show, I hit two of the parlays. I missed two of them by one, so it was almost a huge day. We missed the Rep Your City because the Bulls sold the bag, and then I missed the quarterback one because for the first time this year, Drake May didn't get to 200 when he had 150 going into the fourth quarter and only ended up with 5 yards passing in the whole fourth quarter because the Bills put belt at the end of that game. If those two hit, I end up on the left side of things. Off the show though, I did okay. We did the only bets. We didn't get the only score, even though the man had 12 yards receiving. He still didn't get in the end zone.
No, I know.
But I did hit all the round robins except one. So
yep.
You know, I still made money off of it. So it would have been
I
would have made over 200 had JSN scored. Though.
Only scores is actually, I mean, it's 7-2 on the. I'll just spoil it. 7-2 since we've missed by one the last two times we've done them. It's what are you gonna do? And again, if you don't always have to ride the entire parlay with us. You could just do one the other, or as we suggest a lot of the time, round robin. If you have, responsibly do the round robin, because I was that saved my day. I went 1-8. I had a bad day.
I mean,
on the show.
2 weeks in a row, if you round robin them, you would have tripled your money.
Yeah, exactly. So hey, and I'm still I'm 6-1 in college basketball bets that I put on the show. So I'm feeling myself college wise. And it's probably because I'm only doing like one or two of them at a time, unlike my 200 bets that I do on the show.
Yeah, I think I'm 7-2 on college bets.
It's actually been profitable at the beginning of the year, so we got to keep it going. We'll keep it rolling today, but let's get into it. I'm very excited. We might be joined by the PD King, and again, on football days, this is a thing. If you come in and you drop, it has to be for the football game. So, for Sundays, any Sunday game. Shout out to Ian. I wasn't able to get him his 5 before the Colts game. I saw his message too late. I was busy, but I did get it sent to him. So Ian, shout out to Chef Kennedy. He has got a free $5 bet if he wants to put it on tonight, or he can save it for next Sunday. Bet it on Phillip Rivers. Good thing he didn't bet it on Phillip Rivers, right? But yes, if you on football days, if you come in, you drop a bet on said football game, you will be entered to potentially win a $5 free bet courtesy of either myself or Rob or both. But let's get into the fun stuff. Make sure we don't get in any trouble. It is the disclaimer. Number one, we are not paid professional gamblers. This show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Number two, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford and only bet what you can afford to lose. Best piece of advice I've ever been given. Number three, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help if you need it. If it's become a problem for you, yourself, a loved one, friend, cousin, whatever it is, you can easily just pick up your phone that we all have on us at all times and call 1-800-GAMBLER. They can put you in touch with people that you can, resources that you or a loved one or whoever might need to get the gambling addiction help that you so deserve. We don't want to be in the throes. If you follow number two, you will be good, but I understand it can get wild out there. And we are not currently affiliated with or sponsored by any sportsbook, but we are, however, sponsored by what is on my face right now, and that is Nevin. I reached out to the people and I haven't heard back on how to pronounce it, so we're just going to do both for now. Never odd or even. It's Nevin/Neven. Eyewear. We love these glasses. I know, obviously, CJ and Rob have come into to acquire their own recently, which I love. I plan on getting some for some family and friends, just because I love them. They're polarized. They fit nice. They make you look cool. And you could use our link and you could get one pair for 30% off, which is a great deal in and of itself. Or what I suggest is you get the buy one at full price, get two for free, and up until the end of the year, they will throw in a mystery pair. They also, by the way, one thing that I came across, they told me they will free replacement if lost or damaged. So that's huge, and you will get free shipping over $50. But please click on our link before you go shopping there. Tell them that we sent you. It's great for us. It's great for the future of our show, and we really, really appreciate that. And Nevin, I like saying both. Better odd or even. It's Nevin/Neven. I'm just giving them free. I'm just giving them free not free, I guess technically not free. Giving them some good ads. But that being said, my friend, let's get to the first pick of the show, and that is every single show. It is the first pick, and I'm going to let you explain to the people what this is. Our second sponsor, which did just deposit. I don't know who it was, but did just make a nice deposit from these fine folks. We're not nearly
nice.
We're not nearly at the top of like their lists, but hey, we'll take what we can get at this point. So I will let you explain the player profit, best bet, and why didn't it load? Why didn't it load? What is happening? Don't do this to me. Why didn't it load? There it is.
There we go.
That was scary.
Yes. So we got the best bet of the day, which is sponsored by Player Profit. If you don't know what Player Profit is, it is a challenge system set up like a sports book. You buy a package ranging from $30 up to $500 based on what bankroll you're going for. If you use the code JTBS, regardless of which package you buy, you get 10% off, and that's every time, not just the first time. But if you buy the $30 package, which would be $27 with our code, you will get a $1,000 bankroll to bet with. The first challenge is to get to 20% profit before getting the 15% losses. If you're able to complete that challenge, then you must do a second challenge of getting the 20% profit from whatever balance you've gotten to at that point before getting the 15% losses. If you're able to do that, then you are considered funded. You cash out up to 70% of all profits to that point and going forward. There are a lot more regulations, terms, stipulations. Check out playerprofit.com. Watch our 2-minute YouTube video. It will explain it all a little bit better. And I do know for a fact, because I've gone through the process, you also get an agent that is out there for you that you can text at any time. That's kind of like your own private customer service agent. But if you're looking for a best bet of the day, I am going Houston Rockets money line at -104. And normally I would not be going against the Nuggets. But I came across a stat that's wild, and I had no choice but to do it. In the last 20 games, when the Nuggets are favored by 3 or less, they are 1-18-1, losing 17 of those outright.
Whoa.
That is the most insane stat that I've come across. Not to mention, of their 6 losses, 4 of them are at home. They're 6-4 at home while they're 12-2 on the road. And Jokic has. I was looking at prize and all kinds of stuff. Jokic hasn't hit 50 prize in like 4 games. Like, I don't know what's going on, but his assists are mostly down. The rebounds are still there. His points are not quite as high. They also have some injuries on that team. I just don't see them beating the Rockets today. Like, this trend could change, but 118-1 in the last 20 is kind of wild to me. And the fact that they struggle at home a little bit seems to be a thing. So it looks like the Rockets are going to try to prove themselves to be a playoff contender and take down the Nuggets tonight at -104.
Can you say that stat one more time?
In the last 20 games, when favored by 3 or less, they are 118-1. 17 of those losses outright.
Oh wow! What is their number today? 2.5.
They're favored by
1.5.
1.5, I think. It was either 1 or 1.5. It's changed a little bit, but it's 1.5.
That is a wild stat. Yeah, I mean the Rockets have been playing well too, I believe. Yeah, there you go. And that's why I had to change one of my picks. It's still on my. I'm not gonna cash it out.
Sure,
I'll
yeah.
say it for my last call, but I did change my tabletop because I got a little nervous, and honestly, clearly for good riddance that I got rid of it because you just told me that wild stat, and sometimes trends, they're they're eventually going to turn, but something like that is just a ridiculous trend.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that number, I was like, there's no way I can't try to
No,
jump on
yeah.
that for a best
Yeah,
bet. That
especially
seems
at 104,
crazy.
I can pretty much even money, like whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so there you go. There it is, the player profit best bet of the day. Shout out to player profit. Make sure you use our code JTBS to get that 10% off for your next account. Have some fun with player profit. It is technically a game, so we want you to have fun. Next is, I did split it up between yours and this right here. Actually, I'm going to keep you up because you could probably speak on the first one. Same name game. Shout out. Didn't do well on yesterday, but that is what it is. What it is. But today, hello. My name is Jalen. Yes, we stumbled across the same bets, so this is also on Rob's tabletop, which I love. First of all, I do want to say that it would be refunded or it would be voided because Jalen Warren, I think, is still questionable with sickness. So I think we're hoping that he does play.
Everything I'm reading, he plans on playing.
Yeah. So, but between him and Gainwell obviously gets more of the pass catching. But they both get. I mean, last 2 games, Jalen Warren had 7 targets for 5 catches. And then in his last 4, he's scored twice. He's not getting much on the ground yard-wise because I think it is basically a 50-50 split. But if he's healthy and he's playing, I mean, it's just one of those things, especially because I mean, it's the Dolphins and Steelers. This could be an ugly game, man. This could be a very ugly game. And if it's an ugly game, then I liken it to being a more on the ground type game. So that's where the Warren comes from, and I'll let you speak on that in a second. But Waddle, on the other hand, he's the main target, obviously, for Tua. It's him and really a healthy Darren Waddle at this point, or Darren Waller. So I just think that these are the 2 biggest or best touchdown options. You can argue for a couple other guys on both teams, but I think that this is really the top. Waddle's got same with Warren. He's got 2 touchdowns in his last 4. In his last 4 games, he has 27 targets. And if you want to go back to 5, he's got 36 targets in his last 5 games. I mean, he's just Tua's guy, and we both know that Pittsburgh's secondary is nothing to write home about. So, just to save us your explanation for the tabletop, why don't you give us your explanation for this as we both have it, without even knowing? I didn't even know you had this when I made this.
Yeah, I didn't either. I when I saw it, I was like, it's funny because it's the same name, but it's also like they're probably. I would say A-Chain's probably the most likely scorer, but I think these are 2 and 3 right behind him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Jalen Warren, I mean, he scored 6 touchdowns this season. He's scored 2 in the last 3 weeks. He's starting to find the end zone. Gainwell does vulture every now and then from him, but I still think he gets in the end zone against this Dolphins team that I think this is – you're going to find out later. I think this game's going to be close, But I think the Steelers probably are going to be in control for a little while, and the Dolphins might surge late. I think it's going to be a lot of running early, and there's going to be a lot of throwing late. I think the script starts with a lot of running, and then there's going to be some throwing in the second half. And then I got Waddle 6. He's also scored 6 touchdowns. He just scored against the Jets, and if you look at his numbers against teams that are the bottom half of the passing in the league, he torches them. He does sometimes struggle against elite ones, but he's going against the worst pass defense in the NFL. They are literally ranked last in passing yards allowed, giving up over 250 yards passing per game. Waddle should feast him, and A-Chain and Waller should all have decent days today. Find them get the end zone. And you got plus 500. I think when I bet it was plus 497, but right around the same thing.
Yeah, we were close. Yeah, man, I love it. I think it's the most fun. I have a couple fun bets there, but speaking of that, and this is not on my tabletop, but this is a fun one. Hello, my name is, don't call me George, but it is Washington. Yes, we're going a little crazy here. It is Malik Washington of the Dolphins, receiver for the Dolphins, little guy. That hit me. I only say that because I'm taller than him. I don't weigh as much as he does, but I'm taller than him. He has 2 touchdowns of the year, and he's seeing consistent. It's not like a lot, but if you want to just, we'll do 5 games again. Let's see, 9, and he's gotten 18 targets in his last 5 games, and of those, he's only not caught 2 of them. So he's sure-handed when the ball goes his way. He has in those 5 games, he has only the 1 touchdown in the big one against the Bills. And I'll say it again, this secondary is capable of being gashed. Again, as you can see with the number, it's 28-1, so it's a longer shot, but it's a fun one nonetheless. And then the funnest one is the big boy, Darnell Washington, 6'7", 260 of all man. And he's just Georgia through and through. He started off the year a little slow. Towards the middle of the year, the uptick in targets has happened. I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with Aaron Rodgers just being an old man. But only 1 target last week. But before that, 4, 2, 5. So if you want to just do those 4 games, that's 12 targets. And he only has the 1 touchdown on the year. But you take a big man like that and you throw him in the red zone, I mean, he's going to get looks. So it's really all I got there, and I think it's a fun bet. And I like the idea that we got a first name and a last name on the same name game parlay. So take it if you would like. Maybe take all 4, round robin them, do whatever you would like. It is a fun bet. It's meant to be fun. But that is the same name game for Monday Night Football, and I was shocked. Oh, I'll say it now. I was going to save it for the last call, but if you want to add the 3rd Jalen that is in this game, there's 3 Jalens in this game. I got it at 50-1. If you add Jalen Wright, just saying. If you want to get crazy, there's 3 Jalens. Have fun. I almost put it on my tabletop. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get. I'm already getting pretty crazy, so not today. But that being said, let's get to one fun parlay to the funnest. And when I saw this, by the way, I couldn't believe it. I'm sure you couldn't. It's only happened a handful of times, and I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I'll let you get to it. It is the most inclusive club in all of sports gambling. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 750 Club, where there's one rule about Fight Club you don't tell anybody, but the one rule about the 750 Club is you tell everybody, and this one is special. This one is awesome. But let the professor take you to school, take you to the club, which would be illegal most of the time, and let him tell you what he's got today.
Yeah, so like I said, I've got a couple of scripts going, but I think what's going to happen early, the Dolphins are going to try to run earlier because, Tua typically does not play well in the cold, although he played decent last week in the cold. I think they're going to try to get A-Chain going. Last week when they did this, before he got hurt, he had 92 yards in the first quarter, and then he got banged up, but he is back being healthy. He's going to grind. He's going to run. He's going to get over 90 yards. He's hit 90 yards in 4 straight games. And he's just cooking. So what? And then I think what's going to happen is Dolphins may get behind. They're going to have to throw. They're going to have to start throwing the ball. Waddle's going to start cooking. He's going against the worst pass defense in the NFL. Therefore, I think that he could do this. And like I said, when you look at his numbers against teams that are in the bottom part of the league, guessing he goes over this line every time. And then lastly, Metcalf 60+ for receiving. He just went for 148 last week. He's kind of the screw it, I've got my guy down there for Aaron Rodgers where he just chucks it up. He gets 2 or 3 of those a game. We just need him to catch one, and he gets this line fairly easy. And what Pat was referring to is it's one of the first of the few times we got this as exactly plus 750. Which the funny thing about that is when I was betting this, when I first put this bet in, it went to plus 800, and before I could even bet it, it dropped to plus 750 exactly. So I locked it in because I thought that was awesome when I saw it. So hopefully that gives us a little magic that we hit today.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It's happened a couple times.
Yeah, a few times, but not many.
No. You probably count on one hand how many times you've gotten exactly 750. Right. That's, I mean, hopefully a good omen. You would hope so. We talked about it. Waddle's Tua's main guy, other than Waller, who still, I know he showed out a little bit last week. Not really showed out, but he showed up. I love the Metcalf. I thankfully secured a win in one of my quarterfinals. He's my last guy to play, but as long as he doesn't fumble like 3 times, then I'm going to be good. But I obviously want him to get, as a fantasy football, what do they call it? Not owner, commissioner, or no, governor. Excuse me. I would like to see him get into form going into the playoffs, going deeper into the playoffs. And then HN, that's a fun. And can you say the 90-yard, the 92-yard HN stat again?
Oh, he had 92 yards last week in the first quarter in a cold game that they were trying to control the clock. Then he got hurt and he didn't come back in. But he had 92 in the first quarter. He was probably going to go for over 200, which I had to bet him for 150 in that game, by the way, which he probably would have easily done had he not got hurt. Thankfully, I got my money back because he went down the first quarter. But yeah, he's done it. He's also gone over 90 in 4 straight.
Oh yeah. That's the second one is over like. But there it is, 70 Club. Get it in, bet it, forget it, set it, and have some fun with the 750 Club. But we have reached the apex of the show, my friend. Get your bowling fingers ready to rock and roll, pun intended. It is time for the table top. Bang! Oh, nice little flick right there. That wasn't as emphatic as usual. I like the little. I like how nice and
the subtle flick.
Yeah, it's a little flick of the finger. Pause. But we get into it. I'm going to bring myself down here because I do have quite a bit of the Monday Night Football. I have a couple that I want to do last calls with too. But there it is. So starting off, HN, Warren, and Waddle. So basically just added HN to our same name game. Got the boosted. It was 1,200 to start. Boosted that to 1,560. I think if there's going to be 3 touchdowns scored, that these guys are probably going to score them. It all depends on if that amount of points happens. Next, I have HN and Gainwell. You just had the stat with HN. Let me just bring up Gainwell because I know, because I had brought it up when I was talking about Warren. There is kind of a 50-50 split there. So this one could get, he averages just over this on the season. I think it was like 52 and some change because, he didn't, I think he has only played, I guess he hasn't been really in the whole season, but I guess with Warren getting banged up. His highest in the year is 99. But he hit this only once in his last 4. So it's a little opposite of Warren. But if Warren is going to be sick, I mean, we want him to get in the end zone. But if Gainwell is going to have a little uptick in touches, I mean, he got 92 on 10 carries. So you figure if he can get 7, 8, 9, 10 carries, 50 yards should be attainable. Give me Waddle and DK, so the 2 top receivers, 4+ receptions, and then HN and Gainwell. Gainwell does get used way more in the passing game. I mean, his last 3 games, he has 16 targets, and if you want to stretch it to 4, he has 24 targets. Do I have that right? No, 26 targets. Jeez. Um, so I did that math wrong. No, 24. Yeah, 24. So 24 targets in his last 4 games. He is basically used out of the back or as the main pass catcher. But as I said, if Warren is going to be a little bit limited due to his illness, I think the 50 yards could also hit. And then, yeah, Waddle and DK 4+, and HN Gainwell 3+. I think it's kind of a smarter bet than I usually make. And I get it in at basically 2-1. I got a couple fun ones here. Over 3.5 total field goals made. A lot of the time, these primetime standalone games are clunkers, and there's a lot of kicks. And Boswell is one of the best. I don't know who the Dolphins kicker is right now, but I know Boswell is one of the best in the game. So just need four total field goals. Fun bet. Just whenever they line up, you just root for no doinks, pretty much. This one would probably contradict that, but I like that it was just in general, not like a half one, because there's a couple of these that I found. But each team to score 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing touchdown. And based off of some of our bets, that's what we're rooting for anyway. So I just added that to my card. 1 rush touchdown, 1 pass touchdown for both teams. That's almost 3-1. I've got Rodgers and Tua. This one might get a little testy, might not happen. I don't know. It really depends on what version of these guys we're going to see. But 10+ passing yards in each quarter from Rodgers and Tua. Got that even money. And then I already mentioned Warren and Waddle. I put that on my card as well. On the other side, it's very small. As you can see, rocking the hat. Trying not to be as much of a homer with the Rangers these days because they are not as dominant as they have been as they were last year. But give me the Rangers. They're at home against the Ducks. A formidable opponent for sure. And the -1.5 is risky, but sometimes you kind of have to lay that number to get some of those odds. And I said it before, and the Rangers have fumbled the bag for us quite a bit this year, and I totally acknowledge that. But they've also put up like 7-1 random drubbings of teams, and I guess I'm just rooting for that today. I probably won't watch this game. Maybe I'll be checking it out. But obviously I'll be watching Monday Night Football. And then for NBA/college basketball, I did change my pick. I went to Jokic. I have, and I still do have Jokic and Denver, but I didn't want that on my tabletop because of your awesome stat that you dropped. But so giving Jokic 45 seems like, and you said it, he hasn't hit 50 in 4, but eventually that's going to change. It just
and although he's not hitting 50, he's hit 45 in 3 of those 4.
There you go. So that makes me feel better about
45
that.
45 is pretty safe.
Yeah. And then I did Sengun, who he averages more than 40. He averages like 42. So I dropped his down to 35. Got that at my birthday, plus 124. And then I've been hot in college basketball. McNeese is if you asked me right now before I look it up, I couldn't tell you where McNeese is on a map. I couldn't. I'll be honest with you. Apparently it's Southland. I have no idea where they play basketball, but they're playing Houston Christian, who is 3-6 against the spread, whereas McNeese 9-2. By the way, go ahead.
I think they're in New Orleans.
Sure. You could have said any state in the country, and I would have said sure.
Don't hold me to this. I think they're in New Orleans.
I'll look it up right now. But they're 9-2 on the year, and they're 7-2 against the spread. 7-2-2, I think, is the actual. No, Louisiana, Lake Charles. All right. Yeah, you were pretty close.
You know what I find ironic is McNeese -14.5 was my last call.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know if it's good or bad for us, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what I got, and I'll bring you up here. Any thoughts on, especially some of those wacky football bets? I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on.
Let's see. I actually feel pretty good about the Rodgers to 10 yards passing in each quarter. Like, they don't even have to be all that efficient to get 10 yards. 10 yards is not a lot. The only thing that can hurt you is if they have like these super long drives where they only get 1 drive each. If that happens, then it can hurt you. But like, other than that, you should be safe. The over 3.5 field goals. Look, I hope you missed that bet so we hit all the other touchdown bets. But that kind of
So,
covers you in case it is an ugly game. It
yeah,
does give you coverage there in case they're kicking a lot of field goals.
exactly.
And the Rangers are flipping a coin lately, but I mean they go through streaks where they play really well. So like you said, randomly they'll put up huge numbers. So they're your team, so why not throw them up there? I think you're going to definitely hit the prop bet. I think Jokic and Sengun both hit.
Yeah,
So
I think I went a
we
little
need a couple
safer
of
than I
touchdowns
usually
to
do.
go for the hoop, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. I went safer on certain aspects and swung for the fences in a different way. But hey, I mean, I love you. Gotta love. I have a couple of last calls for football, but I'll let you get into yours, and we'll get into that. So let me flip it over to you, my friend. It is the professors taking us to class. Take it away, Professor. I mean, we already talked about this one, but if you want to
Yeah, we
touch on
already
it,
talked about this one. Like I said, I just think that other than A-Chain, the two most likely to score is Waddle and Warren, plus 497. And then my second parlay, I dropped A-Chain from 90 to 70 just to be safe. He's at that in four straight, like I said, but also six of his last eight. And Pittsburgh gives up 130. They're not just bad at the pass; they're bad at the run too. They give up around 100, between 120 and 130 rushing yards per game, depending on what site you look at. I found both, but I still think he's going to have a big day today. And then Waddle 4 receptions. This way, in case the yards don't happen, we're gonna take the receptions. He's hit five. He's hit that in 5 of the last 7, and against this defense, he should have 5 or 6 to be clear. Then I also went DK 4+ receptions, who's done this in 3 of the last 4. And the Dolphins are kind of in the middle of the road on pass defense. I think they're ranked 14th against the pass, but they are very susceptible to getting passed on a lot as well. Then I went to 170 plus passing yards. This number is low. He didn't hit it in the last 2, but he's hit it in 7 of the last 10, and he's going against the worst pass defense in the NFL. He should get this 170. He's not going to just get it to Waller. He's going to be throwing the A-Chain. He's going to be throwing it to Waller. He's going to have some throwing. It could be ugly at times, but I think 170 he still gets to, especially if they have to play from behind for a little bit. And then I'm going Dolphins plus 10.5. Look, I think the last 3.5 I moved at 7. I don't think either one of these teams beat each other by 11. I think this is going to be a close, ugly game. I think there's going to be a lot of running early. There's going to be throwing late. I think this game is going to be within a touchdown probably, but I just don't see either one of these teams beating each other by 11. They've both been playing pretty decent as of late, so I just think it's going to be a good matchup. It may be ugly, but it's going to be a good matchup. And then I got that at plus 315. I was able to boost it to plus 410, and we got the Rockets minus 104. So, unlike yesterday where I had 6 bets on the tabletop, I scaled it back today, but I've got a plus 497 and a plus 410. I can still move to the left side if I hit both of these, plus the best bet. So that's 10 units I can move to the left side and not have to bet a lot. If I just hit one, then I cover all the bets as well. So I actually really feel good about the second one hitting for sure. Touchdowns are always sketchy, and I feel really good about the best bet. So
yeah, I mean, first of all, we both have what I know. I added HN and Gainwell, but we both have Waddle and DK at 4 receptions, so that makes me feel better. And I mean, just to the passing, I'm not worried about HN as long as he doesn't get banged up. I am always worried. I mean, because we saw with Drake May. I do get worried to spend 2 in the cold. That one is the only thing I worry about because I don't think that there's any version, especially because the Dolphins have been playing better as of late. I don't think that, but so have the Steelers. I don't think that there's any way that they lose by more than 10 now. Like, I really don't.
Yeah,
maybe. Like, yeah. I even think the Dolphins win out. If you ask me, I think the Dolphins win.
I think they can win for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more or less a coin flip. It's 3. It's Steelers minus 3, so it's basically just the home field. Like,
yep.
And then obviously we're both heavy on the Jalen Waddle, Jalen Warren, which I really hope happens. And you said it, so that's why I really like my HN Waddle Warren because as we've talked about, I think that those are the 3 guys that we see scoring touchdowns. If there's going to be 3 touchdowns. Obviously, DKs could be in there. I'm hoping the Washingtons get in, if not the Jalen's. Well, yeah, I mean, I couldn't go against you with the Rockets, especially after that stat. So I actually may cash out on my original bet, but uh, with Jokic and Denver. But I think the new one I made with Sengun and Jokic pays more, so I might just cash out. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say anything, neither here nor there. But that being said, my friend, let's get into the records. Oh man, did you miss by a lot on the 750? I forgot. I was looking at it today before.
I'm trying to remember. It was, I think two of the four scored. I think is what it was.
Two, yeah, I think he missed by two.
Yeah, it was 2 or 4.
And CJ missed by. Oh no, CJ hit his PD. Excuse me. Yeah, CJ hit.
Yeah, he
ETN
definitely
and
did that.
yeah, that's the only one he hit.
Yeah.
And then as you could see, oh, I didn't update gens. I didn't want to be mean because I don't think.
Shout out to the Jags, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. 10-4.
They went off.
Don't apologize.
Trevor Lawrence went nuts.
Oh, absolutely. And hey, he's finally looking like he's the guy that we thought he could be.
I'm glad.
Go ahead.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, once Liam Cohen said, let it rip, and he's been letting it rip, even without. We don't have to get into it, but like, was the pressure of feeding Travis Hunter maybe hurting them in the beginning of the year? I don't know. That's a narrative we don't have to get into, but at the same time, the other narrative is he's doing this all without Travis Hunter, and I guess maybe that just means he's targeting Brian Thomas more. ETN's getting the touches that he needs. They're also incorporating Tootin a lot. I mean that defense is freaking unreal right now, playing unreal. And then I mean the home innings I think lost not by much.
It lost by 1. It was Drake May because she had Drake May
210. Yeah. Yep.
210 passing and rushing, and he had 195. And again, he had 5 total yards in the fourth quarter.
I think it was 198.
Yeah, 198. He had 5 total yards in the fourth quarter. That's all he got was 5 yards in the fourth. If he throws for 25 yards in the fourth quarter, she hits it.
The Patriots fumbled the bag in a big way.
They did.
And lost for the Patriots. And then, hey,
speaking of which, if you watch Portnoy, he had this huge rant at halftime when the Patriots were up 21-0, and he had to retract that today, and it was hilarious.
I did. He retracted it yesterday, and then he had to do it again on national television.
Yeah.
So he's funny, man. He makes me laugh. And then, hey, as we said, only scores. Look, we didn't hit the parlay itself, but if you're betting some of them or round robbing them, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, only scores has been profitable. We've been picking some good ones. And yes, and you said it in our chat, I do blame CJ for his bad words on JSN.
I saw him last night, and I was when he came out, I said, "It's all your fault, CJ. It's all your fault."
JSN, true or false? One of the best receivers in the NFL right now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And like I said, the man went off last night. He had, 7 for 112.
Yeah, and you never actually said that he wasn't. You've kind of been on this fringe of JSN being that good, but now it's can't deny it. So, and that was weeks ago.
It's the only game this season he didn't get more than 90. I mean, that one game was the only game he didn't get more than 90. He's had over 90 every game but one.
That's insane. He's ridiculous, and he's young.
He is young.
Where did he go to college? You know? I just want to look that up really quick.
It's funny because when Seattle let DK go, I thought they made a huge mistake, but clearly they did not.
He went to Ohio State.
Yep.
Shout out to Nijigba. All right, well, let's get to these, which I don't really want to, but we will, because check out the left side.
What?
She is the queen of the units.
Not
your lovely wife. I had to change it. She's the only one. She's the only one with.
I mean, it's true.
Units.
It's true.
I couldn't put her as king of the units. Do you think she would want to be king of the units, or would she rather?
No.
Yeah, I figured.
He probably wouldn't pick it away.
But she literally does a segment when showing off earrings. I mean, I'm just gonna queen until further notice. She is taking the top spot. CJ is going through one right now, and he's having a repeat of last. Well, I guess technically he ended up on the left side at the end, literally the end of the month, but not looking great right now. As you said, if you can win both, you will be on the left side. If not, you win one, and you're cutting into that. And I very much have a chance So, you know what? Not nearly as bad as last month. That's all I could say. Not nearly as bad as last month, and September was also kind of, or excuse me, October and November. Wait, right? Which one was our good month? I know August was good.
August was terrible for me.
So September was
for
good.
me. So every month, pretty much except August, and then last month I end up on the left with CJ on the last day of the month.
Yeah.
We both had that. But for the majority of the month, it was bad. So
When
it was
did
just August and last month.
When did Bryce and Dylan happen? Was that not? No, those were different months.
That was September.
Okay, so
September?
okay, there you go.
Yeah,
So September was a good month.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We've been up and down. I said it at the beginning of the show. We've been up, down, over, around, and out, but we are not down and out. We are back. Unlike John Cena, we never give up. Here on the Just a bit. Did you watch the match?
I still have not watched it, no.
Oh no. Okay.
Because we went and saw CJ last night sing at his choir thing, so we were out doing that. And when I came home, we just finished watching the football game.
Don't put it in the group me, but when you watch it, please text me. Unless you want to discuss it live on air, please text me when you watch it. I need your immediate reaction.
I haven't seen anything or heard anything, but I have a feeling I know what happened, which is the fact that if I'm right, I'm going to be annoyed. I'm not going to lie.
All right, well, we'll have to see. But that is neither here nor there. My friend, thank you as always. Great Monday show. Tomorrow, as we have been doing and we are going to continue to do, to give all of our brains and our just give us a day off, because we've been doing this so long and pretty much every day. We've done this we're like wrestlers. We've probably done this show like 250 times this year. But Tuesday will be videos, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe to @JustTheBetSlips on X.com. That's where you'll find them. You can also follow the two of us individually, and you will find all of those videos tomorrow. We'll make sure we have a decent schedule for them. Lately, it's just been me and you. I'm going to hope that CJ, maybe you could tell CJ to get a video up tomorrow. I know he's a busy man, but we'll get everybody, as many people as we can. So we will see everybody on Wednesday. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. I'm glad even though I would have loved to bet, I am actually kind of happy I don't have to send another $5. Ian, I'm going to make sure Ian is on the show for whatever bet. Whenever he makes that bet, he will be on the show. So shout out to Ian, shout out to Chef Kenny, shout out to Python as well. He's the man. And we love you all, and we will see everybody on Wednesday here at Just the Best Tips, presented by Fans First Sports Network, Nevin Eyewear, and Player Profit. We bring you one thing and one thing only, and that is the hot tips to help your bet slips. Let us play you out. Good luck at bowling.
Yo, we in the game, talking numbers, stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins every podcast episode. We bring the heat, strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.